Hey guys, my name is Penny Sampler, and I'm going to record our video from tonight again. I forgot to press record whenever we were doing it. So I wanted to give a quick rundown on collagen and our new product that we have with Green Compass. Just a brief background, if you don't know me, I am from the Woodlands, Texas. That's how I got involved with my friends down there, but I now live in Prairie Village, Kansas, and absolutely love my team and my friends and everything. And how this whole Green Compass thing came into my world is just kind of a little godsend, a God wink, and miracle in my life. But I have Crohn's disease pretty severely, and I've had a lot of surgeries. And the reason I came by CBD in the first place was a friend of mine from the Woodlands told me about CBD, asked if I'd ever heard of it before. And ironically, what she didn't know, she knew I'd had health issues, but what she didn't know was that I was really struggling at the time. I was balancing between 12 to 15 ibuprofen one day and then 6 to 7 opiates the next day. My doctors had given me an open prescription for opiates for the rest of my life. They also told me not to take ibuprofen because it's ulcerating and I have Crohn's disease, which is an ulcerating disease. So I was really lost and I was stuck. And I'm also an occupational therapist. So I knew what a life of opiates looked like. And I will be the first to say that knowing that I was having to increase my opiates every day, that's the definition of addiction. So I knew that that's not where I wanted to be. So when my friend Valerie reached out to me about CBD, she has no idea what an angel in disguise she was. Once I decided and figured out and researched that it wasn't pot and that I wasn't going to get high, and I started using it, within 5 days, I had actually gotten off all of my medication, which was a true miracle because I had been trying to get off my medication, for 3 years since the end of my last of my surgery. So I am going to really quick here, if I can figure it out, I'm going to share my screen with you. And I'm going to go through these slides as quickly as possible, just to explain a little bit about our new product, which we're so excited about. But Green Compass has just come out with a new product called Collagen. And I'm going to give you a little bit of background about Green Compass briefly and about CBD, because that really is our bread and butter, and then move on to collagen and our different products. So I'm going to talk really fast, but because it's recorded, you can rewind and you can slow down and you can do whatever you want. I just don't want to take up too much of your time. So Green Compass was started by these amazing people right here in this picture. Meredith and Sterling Cook are on our left. They are our founders and probably the ultimate reason that I said yes to this. I never dreamed that I would be selling anything ever. I'm an occupational therapist. I loved my job. And I met them and I fell in love with their heart and their passion and just their just servant-hearted attitude of wanting to help people. Meredith found CBD by her own way of having difficult feelings after pregnancy. And they are from a long history in their family of being agricultural and farmers. And then her brother is in the white shirt, Brooks, and he's the one who introduced her to CBD at first. And then the two other boys are farmers, and they are sixth generation farmers in North Carolina, which is where our farms are located, which is USA grown, bred, and we are vertically integrated, which means that they plant the seeds, they grow the seeds, they harvest it, they extract it, they bottle it, and they ship it. So there are no question marks in between as far as what product you are getting in your hand. Many of you probably don't know, but 80% of CBD that is sold in all these CBD stores and every store that you see is actually from China, and there are no regulations whatsoever. I've looked inside people. My favorite thing to do is look at people's products, and I've looked even on their product labels. And one of my friends, their mom was taking olive oil, and she just swore by it and just thought it was the best thing ever. So you really have to be careful because there are no regulations in the CBD industry right now. It's a wild west, and I can show you as we proceed how you know that you're getting what you think you're getting. The first question, just like for me, is everybody wants to know, is this marijuana and what's the difference? So there's an umbrella term, and that's cannabis. And marijuana on the left is actually high in THC, which is the psychoactive feeling that everybody gets if you take THC, and it's low in CBD. But hemp, which is what we deal in, is high in CBD and low in THC. So what was legalized in the farmers' bill in the farm bill in 2019 was that you could have up to 0.3% THC in a hemp product and it still be legal. And it's not psychoactive. I call it the poppy seed difference. It's like having a poppy seed muffin, but there is that tiny little risk that you're going to find that THC in there as far as detection and things like that. But we have CBD stands for cannabidiol. And cannabidiol is one of the many different compounds that's found in the hemp plant. There's hundreds of different cannabinoids. These are big words, but CBD and THC are the ones that you probably know the most. They're the most studied, but every day we're learning about more CBG, CBN, CBDA. We're learning that all these different pieces of the plant actually target certain body systems in our body that create just amazing God-given healing benefits in our body. It's just remarkable and is actually quite exciting to study. But what a lot of people don't know, and was one of my aha moments, is that we naturally produce these molecules, CBD and THC, in our bodies. It's a mirror image of those two because CBD and THC come from a plant, but our bodies produce the human version of it. And so they fit together. They're mirror images of each other. So when a mother is nursing and that baby goes to sleep and moms get kind of a rush and a high when you nurse, that's that THC and CBD. Same thing with that runner's high and endorphin feeling. That's THC and CBD. So the endocannabinoid system is, we refer to this as, sometimes people say lights on a Christmas tree or as a symphony, but the endocannabinoid system was discovered in the late 90s. We didn't even know we had the system. It's the largest receptor system in our body. And it was discovered in the 90s because they knew that marijuana was being used in a way to affect pain on patients with cancer. And they wanted to know why, and they wanted to know how. And that's how they discovered the system. And basically the endocannabinoid system regulates every single other system in the body. So talk about the nervous system, talk about your hormones, talk about your muscular, your cardiovascular, your sensory system, renal system, everything you see on this page. The endocannabinoid system provides homeostasis. It is the only system that goes back and forth. So one system like sends a message out to your arm to say, ouch. Well, the endocannabinoid system goes out and back, brain and out, and brain and back. And that is what is so remarkable about the endocannabinoid system and why it can communicate so thoroughly throughout our entire body. This is just a quick reference page here, but basically these are all the different large number of cannabinoids that are in our nature, that are in the plant. And these are found in nature. These are all the different things that they can do for us. And you're going to find out more and more about these. I always joke that these stores are called CBD stores, but there's way more than CBD that is beneficial to our body in the hemp plant. But what makes Green Compass different, and this is really vital whenever you're just learning about CBD. I know a lot of people will say, oh, I've taken CBD and it doesn't work. Well, there's multiple reasons that it may not work. Apart from dosing, you may not be getting a good quality product. There are more poor quality products than there are good quality products right now because people see a dollar sign and they are just out to make money. So this is my favorite slide and I could spend an hour on it, but I'm going to go very quickly. But the way that you identify, and I like to educate people on how to find your own quality product. Of course, I think that our quality is the best on the market. I haven't found anything better, but I want you to understand why. If you trust me, great, but I want you to be able to tell why your product is the best. But every product needs to have a certificate of analysis. And the way that we get certificate of analysis in our products is we have a little QR code on the bottom of every single bottle. And this QR code, you just get with your phone, you look at it, and it has a third-party lab test, and it tells you everything that it's tested for: CBD, THC, heavy metals, pesticides, all those things. Of course, you would never be receiving this bottle if it had heavy metals or pesticides or anything like that in it. But it basically, a certificate of analysis tells you you're getting what we say that you're getting. You want to make sure that your certificate of analysis is current as well. I've seen some pages that are there from like 2019, and it's like either they're not selling a ton of product or they're really proud of that one and they want everybody to think they're great, but you really want to make sure it's current. The Green Compass technology allows us, by looking at this QR code, to even trace it to the exact row that it was grown in. whenever it was picked, which is phenomenal. That way they know if there's problems with the product or if there's problems with the plant or there's too much THC, that they can go and they can correct it without having to guess. You want to make sure that your product comes from clean soil. And this is because hemp is a natural soil detoxifier and an air detoxifier. So farmers love hemp because it makes the soil better than it was when it started. Just like peanuts, they plant it between crops to clean out the soil, to clean the fertilizers, to clean the pesticides, to clean the heavy metals. It takes 10 years for a field to be considered clean. It takes that long for the plants to clean that soil. And so it takes 10 years to become what's next, the USDA certified organic. This is a huge mark. And if you have a product that's sitting in your house that is CBD, you better make sure that it has that. I'm not very good with spatial relations, as a USDA certified organic. And that means that it has gone through all the hoops. That means every single thing that is in that product is organic, including if there's essential oils for flavor, it's organic. If there's MCT oil for absorption, it's organic. That is vital. You never, ever want to take a product that's not certified organic. There will be many websites that'll tell you grown organically, but you know what? They could have started that farm last week. And so it's still full of heavy metals and fertilizers and pesticides. And what comes into that plant is what's extracted out. And so a lot of people will say, ooh, mine tasted like gasoline, or mine tasted this way. Well, it's because you're ingesting everything that's in that soil, or you're ingesting how it was extracted. Carbon dioxide extraction is the best way to get extracted. It's not the cheapest, and it is the safest, because other ways to extract are with chemicals, with butane, with ethanol, and anything that is a chemical that's extracting a product, you're going to get that residual taste. And so I've had lots of people say, oh, mine tastes like gasoline. I'm like, just, if you want to finish it because you paid for it, but give Green Compass a try and see what you think, because it is the gold standard of all CBD oils. And they truly set out to be the gold standard. They know they're not the cheapest, but they also want to be the best, and they want to have the best reputation, which is the next point, that all of our CBD comes from the hemp flower. There's an entire part of the plant. You can have the stems, you can have the stalks, you can have the seeds, and people who don't know what they're looking for don't know to look for this, but the most succulent and the richest form of CBD oil comes from underneath the flowers in the hemp plant. So what happens after a company may take the good flowers, then they sell off the stems and the stalks. That's called aerial parts. So if you look at your product and it says aerial parts, you're paying a lot of money for basically a whole bunch of diluted stems and stalks. So many people will say their CBD doesn't work, because if you look at it, it's aerial parts. Well, it's completely diluted. So it's taking way more product to get you to the point of getting any sort of relief. So many people will say, start taking our product after taking one that was with aerial parts, and they will need far less product to meet the same results. So a lot of people may start way too high. That's a whole nother issue, is learning how to dose. But our product is so pure and so succulent that hemp flowers is very important to be the location of where you gather your CBD oil. You also want to make sure that it's made with MCT oil. MCT stands for medium chain triglyceride. It's a special fat, coconut oil being an example. Because CBD oil is an oil and water don't mix, right? And so CBD oil absorbs fastest with an MCT oil. And that's why we put it under our tongue, we let it sit, and absorbs into our bloodstream that way. You also want to make sure that you're not getting a product that is white labeled, meaning it's one huge farm that's putting a whole bunch of different labels on products and saying they're all different products when they're actually the same thing. And you also want to make sure that you look at your ingredient list, just like with any of your food, that the only items that are in our products are MCT oil, the CBD oil, and a flavoring if there's a flavor. As far as the CBD oil goes, we are very thoughtful about our ingredients, and we want to make sure that they're clean, sustainable. For me, I have Crohn's. I have to be very careful about what I put in my body. So there are no fake sugars. There's nothing fake about anything that's in our products, which is really refreshing to find something like that. So we have 3 different delivery methods, and I'll go through this really briefly, but water-soluble delivery, sublingual, which means under the tongue, and topical, obviously means topical. Sublingual means it's under the tongue. We put it under the tongue. We hold it there for 60 seconds. We let it absorb. These products we use are the oils, which is our very first product that we had when this company first began 3 years ago. And it's a miracle. It's wonderful. There's three different, well, I'm sorry, not three different flavors, but there's three different concentrations. And depending on if you want full spectrum, which means the whole plant, broad spectrum means the whole plant minus the THC. And then we have our boost products, which are not CBD or THC, but like I explained that there's CBG and CBN and all these other things that specialize in certain body needs. We have boost products that help boost those things, such as boost sleep, boost pain, boost immunity, metabolism. I can't live without my boost pain. I take that in place of an ibuprofen anytime I need anything. And then of course, sublingual, we also have our pet tinctures, which are complete miracles if you have an anxious pet or one that doesn't like thunderstorms like my dog, or actually an aging pet. My dog is 12 years old and I took her to a new vet and my vet was dying laughing. She was like, "How old is your dog?" She's gray and all that. And I said, "Well, we think she's 12. At least 12. We rescued her." She's like, "Oh my gosh." She's like, "That girl, she does not act anything like 12." And she asked what I fed her. And I said, "Well, actually I give her CBD every night." She's like, "It's working. It's really working." So topical delivery of CBD is in our creams and in our roll-ons and also in our skincare. So our reduced cream is our pain cream, which everybody swears by. It's actually FDA registered. It's that good. We can make medical claims because it is FDA registered. I keep this in my tennis bag. I share this with all my friends, use it for a big pop as anti-inflammatory anything. So if you have any sort of inflammation, any sort of injury, reduce is what you want. It's amazing. Our Soothe, we call it the Windex of all of our products. You Soothe on anything skin related, bug bites. Before we had skincare, we used it as our night cream, use it for hand lotion. It helps because Soothe is benign. It doesn't have menthol or anything in it like the Reduce does. So a lot of people use it for hand cream and it helps with arthritic joints, things like that. And then we have our amazing roll-ons. Once I got used to using these roll-ons, they're now my favorite. Crown is the red one on the right. I use it every day. I used to have to take an allergy pill and I take no allergy pills anymore. I roll that Soothe on there. The Crown. My son uses the Calm when he wants to go to sleep at night. There's wonderful uses for each of these. Shine. I hear a lot of nurses put them inside their masks because it helps uplift their mood and it also keeps the smell in their masks clean and sanitary. Focus for my kids use it when they try to work with school with their distractions, and the list goes on there. Water soluble means that we've broken down the polymer. Like I told you that it was oil. It's an oil product, so it needed oil to absorb. But water soluble is actually a proprietary thing that only Green Compass has. It is nano jellies, and nano means that basically we have broken down the particles into these teeny weeny little spots, dots, I guess. And so they make it super absorbent and it makes them absorbent in water. So we have made our jellies. These nano jellies that are the limoncello are our top selling item. Nobody can get enough of them. I love them. I take a jelly every morning. My kids love them because they're portable and they taste good. It's like taking a Sour Patch Kid. These, it's important to know, are broad spectrum, which is awesome. It means that they do not have any THC in them. Not that there's a concern for THC, but they are broad spectrum. They're jellies. You can take them day, night, whatever. We also have another flavor, which I love, is elderberry, because elderberry has so many wonderful benefits for immunity, which the elderberry flavor is, we call it a more of a functional flavor. The limoncello is just a flavor for CBD. The elderberry has elderberry in it, has 3 different kinds of mushrooms, and it also has a special kind of cherry, and all of those really boost your immune system. Another water soluble product, of course, is our collagen, which we'll get into more details. And then our brand new CBD pet treats, which my dogs cannot live without. So this is our wonderful new product. It is Green Compass's big saying is it's beauty from the inside out. It is so important to know what collagen is. And honestly, I didn't. I have heard people taking collagen. I know I should be taking collagen. I actually bought collagen like 2 months ago and I remembered to take it twice because it was in my refrigerator and I kept forgetting it. So I really started from ground zero, trying to research and figure out, is this really good stuff? And is this something I really want to promote? And I was actually quite impressed. So beauty from the inside out really reflects. A lot of people want to take collagen because you want pretty skin, pretty hair, pretty nails, things like that, which it does all of that. But actually, collagen is really important for the lining of our organs, the inside of our GI tract, for our ligaments, our bones, our joints. It helps keep them flexible and strong. It helps really as you age. You don't want to hunch over. You don't want to get osteoporotic. You want the collagen to heal you from the inside out. There's over 20 different kinds of collagen in the human body. And as I will get through and I'll show you all the different kind of collagens that we offer in this product. But in addition to the collagen, we have nano enhanced CBG, which is in no other collagen product currently. And nano enhanced means what? Teeny weeny. So teeny weeny actually helps that collagen absorb into our body better. It has tricollagen blend hydrolyzed collagen. Again, hydrolyzed means that it's broken down into really, really small parts. Again, helps with absorption. The reason that's so important is there could be collagens out there that, and this is an exaggeration, say they have 100 grams of collagen, but you know what? If it doesn't absorb, it doesn't matter. It's like eating corn on the cob. It just goes right out without any sort of benefit whatsoever. So you want to make sure that you're getting a collagen that has ingredients that promote absorption, which also leads us to the mineral complex from calcified seaweed, which sounds crazy. It's from red algae, but it is huge for absorption in our body. Has vitamin C and E, olive leaf extract, one of the largest antioxidants known to man, 15 times more antioxidants than green tea. And it's just huge. There's so much to say about that we could get off on a tangent. And then, of course, it has biotin. A lot of people, there's so many benefits to biotin as well. In fact, I've done some research. We'll see in a minute. Some people gave me all their favorite collagen products so I could compare and make a comparison chart. And one very popular one that kept coming up when I started doing research, it didn't even have collagen in it. All it was biotin. So biotin is a wonderful product, but if you're getting collagen and paying for collagen, you want to make sure that you're getting collagen. Our collagen comes in 2 flavors, fresh melon and unflavored. So a lot of people pour the unflavored in their coffee. I'm not a coffee girl. I put the fresh melon in a water bottle and it tastes delicious. I do not like to drink my vitamins. I do not like to drink any sort of protein shakes. And this is refreshing for me. I drink it every single day and I absolutely love it. So the big question is, what is collagen? Because these are things that people talk about all the time that you may not really know the answer to, but it is the most abundant protein in the human body. It's located, like I said, in our bones and our muscles and our ligaments and our tendons and our skin. And that's what we start losing at 20 years old. We actually start losing our collagen. That's why all these young girls have such pretty puffy skin. And as we get older, our skin becomes more gaunt or the color changes. We get a little bit more gray and saggy and droopy. The elastin that holds our skin up goes away. But it also, as it says here, it causes wrinkles and crepey skin, stiffer, less flexible joints. Like I said, you don't want to, as we age, we tend to hunker forward. You want to make sure that if you have that collagen, it helps keep you straight up. It helps with cartilage, weakening of the muscles. And like I said, the inside of your GI tract and your organs. It's like a web that goes over our entire body. So truly, beauty from the inside out is more than just skin and hair and nails. It is taking care of our organs and of our innards, if you want to say it a nice Southern way, your innards. So, but collagen production drops most quickly, not only after your 20s, but if you smoke excessively, you notice people who smoke have more wrinkles. If you drink excessively, have excessive time in the sun, if you work outside, you'll notice that those people have, less collagen in their skin, more gaunt, more wrinkles, and definitely lack of sleep and exercise. So Green Compass's big saying is we want to replenish, we want to revive, and we want to refresh. So we replenish with the different, we have a mineral complex that's 72 trace minerals, which actually I'm learning is a huge deal. We have those in several of our products, but we're losing the minerals in our food because we're overworking our fields and our dirt. We're not replacing those minerals like we should. And those are actually missing from the human diet. So there are 72 trace minerals found in not only in our collagen, but in our Energize and our Hydrate powders that we drink. That's a huge deal. Revive with vitamin C and E, the biotin, the olive leaf extract, which I said was huge in antioxidants, and Refresh with the nano CBG. This nano CBG, the tiny CBG, helps with absorption. And what makes Green Compass different? So people talk about collagen all the time. There are 28 different types of collagen found in the human body. We have 8 different categories of collagen in our product: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 10. And I'm not going to go into every detail here. One thing you do want to make sure, which makes Green Compass unique, we have very thoughtful ingredients in our products. But if you get a fish supplement or a fish collagen, which is very common, marine supplement, majority of the products that have a marine collagen in it are from marine waste. And you can just imagine what that means. Our marine collagen is from sustainably caught fish, meaning we get the fish when they're alive. We use use the meat, and then we take the collagen from the fish and go. It's not sitting in a dumping ground, which sounds really gross. Same thing for bovine. So for cattle, I have to be very sensitive about what I eat because of my Crohn's disease. I eat grass-fed meat. I eat no hormones, no antibiotics. Well, if you go to all these great measures to get that great kind of meat that's healthy and hasn't been tainted, but then that cattle goes to the same slaughterhouse as a cow that they haven't taken care of, well, all of their cartilage and all of the things that we get our collagen from are still mixed in with the same batch. So you're not getting that grass-fed, perfect, antibiotic and hormone-free bovine collagen. So you want to make sure that your bovine collagen is from a vertically integrated farm. Same with eggshells. Vertically integrated, just like our CBD, it means the farmer is the one who raises it, feeds it, takes care of it, slaughters it. We want to make sure that everything stays together, that is clean, because you want to keep your product clean if you're going to the effort to grow it and harvest it and keep it clean. The other picture at the bottom here is just the picture of a pretty little layer of skin whenever we're probably 16 years old and we have all this fabulous hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is what keeps the moisture in our body, the collagen and elastin. And if you look over to the right, you kind of start getting wrinkles as our collagen starts to break up, our elastin starts to disappear, the hyaluronic acid gets a little bit less. And that is what I look like at 47. Our goal by taking collagen would be to look back over here at the healthy skin in our lives. So here's where we talked about the sustainably caught fish, not marine waste. I've already talked about the trace minerals. I've done a good job. I've covered all this. CBG is the mother of all cannabinoids. It's really exciting to learn about all the different cannabinoids in the product or in the hemp plant. But CBG, the reason they call it the mother of all cannabinoids, it's found in less quantity, but it is truly the superhero antioxidant. It increases cellular turnover in our bodies, in our mind, and our wellness. And it's huge antioxidants, inflammation, fights dry skin, nutrient rich, superhero, nanotechnology. But my big question was, I kind of get excited about science, but we hear about antioxidants and free radicals all the time, but who knows what that is? Does anybody know what that is? Well, this little picture on the right shows you what a free radical is. And we always say we want to fight free radicals, and we get free radicals in our life by toxins in the air, toxins in our food, toxins driving down the street when you like inhale nasty exhaust. All those things are free radicals in our body that our body knows how to fight. But what we want is we want to be loaded with antioxidants, right? We're saying that the CBG is the superhero antioxidant. They say that clove is a huge antioxidant, or berries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. Well, antioxidants are very generous. If they see a free radical, which is going around and fighting and killing our body and our skin, an antioxidant generously donates an electron to that molecule to balance it out. So an antioxidant is a giver and a free radical is a taker. And the antioxidants, the more you have, the more they balance out those free radicals. And I like to explain it, because I'm visual, like this apple. This apple is loaded with antioxidants, but as it has more free radicals attack the apple as it further goes along, the skin starts to get wrinkly and the inside starts to curl up, and you have all the free radicals and you end up looking on the right when you really want to look like that apple on the left. The other thing that's unique to Green Compass is that our powder is hydrolyzed. Just basically means it's broken down really small to maximize absorption and effectiveness, and it's convenient. So one of the questions that I learned that you ask about a product is it powder or is it liquid? You want it to go into your body as a liquid, but as soon as it becomes a liquid, it starts breaking down and losing its effectiveness. So if you buy a product that's in liquid form, it's been sitting in a warehouse in a box for who knows how long waiting to ship to you. So it's breaking down all those days, all that time to get to you. But we have convenient single-use packs that you pour into a water bottle, just like I did. And that means that its shelf life lasts longer. It doesn't start to break down till the minute you put it into that water and you drink it really quickly. So it's really highly effective, and you're not losing the effectiveness of all the amazing, thoughtful ingredients that we have in the products. This is just a little spreadsheet that I made because I'm a visual learner. I'm not here to knock other brands. That's why there's no other brand names at the top, but I just wanted to compare Green Compass collagen to other people's collagen. And I asked on Facebook of my friends, what are your favorite collagens? What do you use? Why? And these were the most popular brands that all of you have heard of. And I was actually quite shocked to find out that very few of them have multiple forms of collagen. Some have only one. They don't have a lot of extras. And the amazing thing about ours is that we do have that CBG, which works incredibly well with the other different types of collagen and the other ingredients that we have in our product. So this is just a fun comparison to show you that we do have 8 different types of collagen in our product. Remember, there was 28 human form. We have 8 different types. The more types that you can get, the better. That's one of the questions you want to answer. Of course, our products are gluten-free, pesticide-free, dairy-free, made in the USA, sustainable, all those wonderful things. But imagine what you would look like next year if you started using your collagen today. We have some amazing before and after pictures that I didn't get in the slideshow, but they're on my Facebook page and I'd be happy to send them out. We just launched this in January. And so we have from some girls that have shown from day 1 to day 7, and now we're on day 14, phenomenal differences in the tightening of their eyes, their elastance coming up, their skin looks more supple and smooth, and the color is changing. It's really amazing. So the benefit of Green Compass is that we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. There's zero risk for you. I know when I got started with this, I'm a go big or go home person. So I bought the kit, never, ever intending to sell this product to anyone, but it made such a difference for me. I just started telling people and sharing the benefits that I had. So really, I guess your worst case scenario is you have this amazing product or this amazing box of products that you can share with everyone you love, that you're getting at 50 to 60% off, depending upon which kit you buy, if you decide to go the kit route. So there's 3 different ways to start buying with Green Compass. You can become a customer. You can buy it outright as retail, no problem. We'll help you choose which products are best for you. You can also buy as a preferred customer, which means that you get 20% off every order. After 2 orders, you get free shipping. It's a free program. I know a lot of people have asked, you have to pay for that program. No. It's a free program. The way this is designed, the reason we do the 20% off and the free shipping and the auto ship is, I can't tell you how many people have called me at 10 o'clock at night and said, please help me. I've run out of my CBD and I really need it. I really need it fast. So it's designed in order for you not to run out of your product. You can also become an advocate and buy a kit. And please don't let that scare you off. My mom bought a kit. My mom sends everybody she knows to me. You don't have to sell the product, but it gives you the opportunity to sell or to share, because you have to ask. Anytime anybody buys a couple items, you've almost bought a kit. Why not? This is something that I actually loved my job as an OT. And these days we've learned that working from home has been very beneficial. I actually ended up homeschooling my children, which was not a part of the plan, but I was able to walk away from my job that I loved doing. And I now have a greater income selling CBD than I did as a highly skilled occupational therapist, working all the time away from home. And now I get to work at home with my family. So it's really fun. And I don't feel like I sell a thing. I feel like I share my stories, the people's testimonials that I get to hear. That's what I do. I get to share testimonials and just share the benefits of a new way of thinking. This is a new way of thinking as far as healthcare. You know, we are trained in the medical model. I was that you find a symptom and then you treat it. You wait to get sick and then you treat it. But the whole idea behind plant-based medicine and behind CBD is we want to keep you healthy so you don't get sick. It's more expensive to get sick than it is to stay healthy. So I like to, I could go off on a whole long tangent there, but the whole idea behind CBD is that you fight inflammation. And we all know that inflammation is the root of all illness. So if you can prevent inflammation before it turns into illness, then you won't get sick. So I am the perfect example because I have a chronic inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease. And had I known when I was 16, when all my symptoms were starting, that if I took CBD every day, I could prevent that inflammation, which ultimately in me turned into scar tissue and obstructions throughout my stomach and throughout my intestines. I had to have my stomach removed. I have to have my intestines removed. I've had so many surgeries to have body parts removed. I firmly believe I wouldn't have had to have that if I had kept that inflammation at bay. And there's one famous doctor that says that the use of CBD is going to save more lives than the invention of the sterile surgical procedure. Y'all, we know that the sterile surgical procedure saves lives because it keeps germs out of the operating room. And to think that CBD will save more lives, it's because you'll never get to the point that you have to have surgery. You never put yourself at risk of having surgery, of the anesthesia, of the cardiac issues that might happen, of the infections, of the recovery. It's so exciting. And it's such an exciting time to learn as we're shifting in history. This was going on well before pharmaceuticals ever happened. And then pharmaceuticals came along and it was big business and we shifted our way of thinking, and even in medical school. So this is a new way of thinking for a lot of people. It's hard to change that mindset, but it's really exciting when you start using it and you start seeing the benefits. And you know, just the medicine that I haven't had to use. Anytime I need an ibuprofen, I reach for my Boost and I don't need it. My kids ask for my Boost. My kids ask for the Reduce cream whenever they've had sports injuries. They love my bath bombs after they've had a lacrosse game. They so can have better muscle recovery. It's so much fun that when your family gets behind leading a healthier life. So these are the two different kits I mentioned. There's a core kit for $2.99, a core runners kit for $4.99. It's I think the $2.99 kit is a 50% sale, deal if you were to buy everything outright. The $500 kit is a 60% if you're to buy everything outright. These are not kits that you won't use stuff in it. You will use every single thing in this kit. I promise you that. So this is where I say that it's an investment. And if you decide to go and grow from this as a business, it's the cheapest business you'll ever start. I used to have a stationary business and it took a whole lot more than $500 to start my business. So this is a really great deal. But the social selling industry is really changed. Just like I said, the forefront of this is not your old selling kitchen items or selling Tupperware or selling all the names that we've heard of from the 70s and 80s. Social selling, people want to be working from home. I say that social selling is, you know what? Someone the other day asked me where I got my necklace and I said, oh my gosh, I love this necklace so much. I got it at this store down in Brookside. Go get it. It's so awesome. It's a local artist. That's social selling. People ask you where you get things and you share what you love. And I love to share what I love. I tell people about my favorite books. I tell people about my favorite tricks. I felt, if there's anything that I find, I share it. So I have found that CBD changed my life more than anything else. And I hopped on the wagon because I want to help anybody that I can prevent themselves from getting to the point that I got, because I had some pretty dark days and I'm working on sharing those eventually. It's just a long process. So the CBD industry is huge. It's growing like crazy. If you ever want to get your hand into something that is multiplying, you say you wished you were in on the beginning of Amway back in the day, this is the time to be in the beginning of the CBD industry, especially of such a reputable company. We're one of the top companies to follow. We actually have a 74% customer retention rate, and we have 5% of the CBD market share in the United States. That is huge. I was a pharmaceutical rep, and to know what your market share is in the United States against all your competitors, and to know how many CBD competitors there are out there, that is saying a whole lot for Green Compass and for its reputation in the industry. So it's the right place. It's the right time. It's an incredible community. The community is a side effect that I never, ever expected. As you can see, we have so much fun. Do your due diligence though. Research Green Compass. I would never tell you to start into a company without researching. And I have no doubt that you will find nothing wrong with Green Compass when you research it on your own. You'll only find great things, but just dream about the possibilities, dream about what this could be for you. For us, we've been able to travel more. We've been able to start a renovation on our house. Last minute threw my kids in private school. This has been an additional income for us that was unexpected. And it's been lovely. We didn't have to have it, but my gosh, who doesn't want multiple streams of income, especially in the times that we're living in right now? So talk to the person that may have introduced you and that invited you to watch this. They would love to talk you through this. I love to help people figure out what their problems are and do the research. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to talk to anybody about their future. So I'm going to stop sharing right now and I'm going to turn it off. I hope everybody has a wonderful day and holler if you need anything. Good night.